This video was created by VinylicPuma of VinylicPumaGaming. Warning: vulgarity awaits.
What's going on, guys? This is VinylicPuma, and we're going to be trudging through some shitty weapons today. What's even worse is that some of them were even shitty back when Fallout 3 and New Vegas were out. So why are they here now? Top 10 worst guns and weapons that'll make you groan in Fallout 4. Number 10. The pipe pistol / rifle. Okay, so I'll be fair and say that this gun is pretty good early on. It's just not very good later on in the game. Normally I'd be much more harsh on the pipe rifle, but I actually like the pipe rifle, as it's a very versatile weapon early on and can be customized for different ammo types. That said though, it is pretty bad later on in the game up against tougher enemies. Even when invested in the appropriate perks, you can only get around 20 to 30 damage per shot out of this thing. Oh well. Number 9. The pipe revolver. Unlike the pipe pistol / rifle, I actually really hate the pipe revolver. This is possibly one of, if not the worst pistols in Fallout 4. It has low magazine size, low fire rate, and also uses .45 caliber ammo, which is fairly expensive to purchase. Let's just be honest and say that you're better off using other .45 caliber weapon types that are actually good, like, I don't know, submachine guns and combat rifles. This gun has a base damage of 24, and that's if you're actually able to hit what you're even shooting at. Number 8. The junk jet. I've never really had particularly great experiences with the junk jet. It may be acceptable early on in the game, however you can't really kill much else later on in the game. From my experience, it barely scratches enemies like Yao Guai or Deathclaws. Honestly, it's a shame as from a conceptual standpoint. The junk jet is awesome, and it's actually a great idea. Maybe if there was some way to craft ammo for it, I mean, it would be really cool if you could make like these spike balls or like wooden or metal spikes that you could just shoot out of this thing. At least we have mods. Number 7. The board. You know, Miyamoto Musashi was a badass. Seriously, if you don't know who the guy was, he killed another samurai in a duel with a friggin' wooden boat oar. Okay, but that said, I don't care if you put saw blades or heavy blunt objects on a board. It's kind of like putting sprinkles on poop. It's still a piece of shit. In Fallout 4, the board has a base damage of 19, and honestly, you're better off with a baseball bat. Baseball bats have better base damage and look better and more deadly when modified. Number 6. The pipe wrench. As much as I love the original BioShock, pipe wrenches are completely impractical and stupid in Fallout 4. The problem with pipe wrenches are that they have such lousy range and don't really do much damage later on in the game. The thing is that you would think after looking at some of the customizations for this thing that the pipe wrench would be amazing. You can literally put a giant spike on these things, and it's still worse than when a baseball bat hits you. What a pile of fuck. Number 5. The pool cue. The pool cue is yet another lousy, slow melee weapon, a lot like the board melee weapon. In fact, the pool cue deals the same base damage as a pipe wrench and attacks even slower. Oh, okay, so I know it's cool to get into drunk bar fights and beat the shit out of people with pool cues, but wouldn't you rather at least bring a knife or, oh, I don't know, a fucking gun to an actual gunfight? You're almost better off unarmed, as your fists will be more deadly than a friggin' pool cue. Number 4. The rolling pin. Those of you that remember my top 5 worst guns and weapons in Fallout New Vegas will recognize the rolling pin. Why is this even back in the game? It was bad in Fallout 3, New Vegas, and it's just as bad in Fallout 4. The only reason I can think that the rolling pin is back is because housewives seem to like rolling pins for whatever reason. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Killing a legendary Deathclaw or any other really tough enemy and getting a legendary rolling pin will make you groan so hard it's almost meme-worthy. Number 3. the walking cane. I never thought I would see a normal melee weapon that was actually worse than the rolling pin. I mean, the rolling pin is bad, but the walking cane has a base damage of 14, which is even worse than the rolling pin's 15. I guess the walking cane is in the game to remind you of old men or something. This is yet another melee weapon that'll make you groan so hard when you get a legendary version that it's almost meme-worthy. Number 2. The brass knuckles. Unlike in real life, brass knuckles in Fallout 4 are actually worse than the boxing gloves. I don't know about you, but I'd rather get into a fight with somebody with a pair of boxing gloves than a guy with a set of brass knuckles. I mean, getting in the head would probably kill you. Even the fully upgraded bladed knuckles deal less damage per hit than the lead-lined boxing gloves in Fallout 4. Definitely a fail of epic proportions. Number 1. The flare gun. While this is a nice utility item, as an actual weapon, the flare is awful. Not only can the flare gun not be upgraded, but it has a base damage of 10, which is lower than any of the awful melee weapons on this list, and even worse than the base unarmed damage with power armor. The flare gun might just be the worst gun in Fallout 4. Anyway guys, that's going to pretty much wrap up this particular video. I'm still working on getting my voice back, but if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like. And as always, take care and I'll see you all next time.